Hey, this is Anthony at Maestro Music Centers in East Meadow, Long Island. I'm going to teach you today something that is a very theater organ styled effect. And if any of you are familiar, this is, I would say, an advanced lesson, but if any of you are familiar with the musical clock, the circle of fifths or the circle of fourths, this particular thing I'm going to show you happens to work using the circle traveling in fourths. And when you find a minor chord followed by the next major chord around the clock going in fourths, which most of the time the clock clockwise is going in fifths, so this would be counterclockwise. My teachers reversed the clocks for me, so mine always went clockwise, but an example would be if in this song I have A minor that goes to D7. I could have E minor that goes into A7, okay? So it has to follow around the clock. You know, clock goes B, E, A, D. So a minor followed by a 7. And I have a keyboard screen here. I'm using a Lowrey Inspire so you can see this. If you play the chord, I'm playing it in root position now. It doesn't matter what order you're playing in it, but it does matter what notes you move. You start and you move the root note, so in this case A, half a step down. You're using a pedal to go with this, right? But half a step down, another half step down, another half step down. At this point, I would change the pedal to the D, to the next chord, and then I lower my fifth note of the chord, which is the E, half step down, half step down. So with the pedal, you get this. It's a very, very elegant way to use transitions like that when you find them in songs. Another one here, this song has G minor 7th going to C7. So I could do G minor. Okay? So you can look for them in songs. You do have to know the clock in order to make this work. Okay? Otherwise it won't work. And you have to figure out the timing of how to squeeze it in based on the number of notes you have available to do it in. Sometimes it's really fast, sometimes it's really drawn out, slow. So here's a song with this in it. Here it comes. Your left hand to be relatively loud so you can hear it. If you have to change sounds or whatever you do it, you have to do so you can actually hear it. Let's see if I take up the 8th foot and just leave the 4th foot. Okay? Here in this song. Chord list at the top of how many changes it's making. It's really G minor major 7, G minor 7, but I'm letting go of the G so it's not reading it properly. C9, technically you can ignore that one. Technically it's C7 flat 9 and then C7. So that's really what it's doing. It's a minor to a minor major 7th to a minor 7th, okay, to a 9th, to a 7-9, major 7-9 to a 7. That's the transition of chords. It's very hard to do it. The chord guides sometimes can follow me and sometimes can't. But what you hear is that effect, okay? actually a very organ-based effect. Instead of doing, I'm going to do my movement. Here's another one, okay? I did it in both hands. Here it comes again. That line had two of them. D minor 7 to G7, G minor 7 to C7. You have to look for them in the songs, and you have to know them, you have to memorize them. I used to be taught, Diane was my teacher, she used to make me say them out loud every time I would do a curve, so you may want to talk through the stuff to do them. All right? Have a great week. Thanks.